पीपल वे टॉकिंग ये क्या ही कर लेंगे, ग्रेजुएशन करके वापस आना ही है. इट वॉज रेनिंग हेविली, ही कुड नॉट हियर एनीथिंग. I just said it's rank 36. He didn't believe it. I lost my mother due to cardiac arrest. And things just turned very upside down. Finance aspect तो parents manage कर देते हैं, but emotional burden इतना डाल देते हैं कि people succumb to pressure. So मेरी पैदाइशी भुवनेश्वर में है. मैंने स्कूलिंग भी वहीं से किया है, बख्शी जगबंधु इंग्लिश मीडियम स्कूल में. बट उससे पहले और एक कहानी है जो मैं आप लोगों को सुनाऊंगी. मेरी मदर वो एक प्राइमरी स्कूल टीचर थी. शी यूज टू टीच इन अ रूरल स्कूल एंड दैट वाज बाय द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ उड़ीसा. सो उस टाइम के क्रैच और बेबी सिटिंग फैसिलिटी ना होने के कारण शी यूज टू टेक मी विथ हर टू द स्कूल. सो बाय द एज ऑफ 3 मैंने क्लास 2 की पढ़ाई कर ली थी दोस्तों के बीच रह के. सो आई हैड अ रियलिटी चेक एट द वेरी बिगिनिंग ऑफ माई चाइल्डहुड. मैं उन बच्चों के साथ खेलती थी, पढ़ती थी और बहुत अच्छे दोस्त भी बने थे. बट एक जो डिस्पैरिटी और इनइक्वालिटी आज हम टेक्स्ट बुक्स में पढ़ते हैं, वो भी मैंने उस टाइम महसूस किया था. जब मेरे प्रिटी क्यूट पिंक लंच बॉक्सेस जाते थे तब वो लोग मिड डे मील्स खाते थे. शायद दैट वाज द रीज़न जो कि मुझे सिविल सर्विसेज के लिए पढ़ने के लिए मजबूर किया. एंड टुडे आई एम अ सक्सेसफुल कैंडिडेट इन दिस एग्जाम. द मेजर रोल वाज प्लेड बाय माय मदर. She was the epitome of resilience. उन्होंने कभी कठिनाइयों से झुका नहीं, ना ही मुंह मोड़ा. She balanced her work and her career at the same time. उन्होंने घर का भी ख्याल रखा, मेरा भी और पापा का भी. But sadly, I lost her in 2020 and that was the major setback I faced in my life. I think she was a fantastic child counselor. Although she never had the formal training, उनको बच्चों की साइकोलॉजी पढ़ना बहुत अच्छे से आता था. And she ensured that I was very grounded. Like बच्चों के साथ खेलना कूदना सब कुछ उसी लेवल पे होता था कि I was not given any special attention for being the teacher's child. She used to make sure that I used to do my homeworks. Punishment भी मुझे उसी तरह से मिले जो बाकी बच्चों को मिलते थे. So she was the sole reason कि I never had the first hand experience of what privilege meant. And at the same time, a bag full of stories that she used to share कि दुनिया में बहुत मुश्किलें आएंगी बट तुम हारना कभी मत. लाइक शी टॉट मी टू नेवर गिव अप ऑन लाइफ, कीप फाइटिंग टिल योर फाइनल गोल इज अचीव्ड. एंड द सेकेंड रोल in fact was played by my grandfather. He was a retired primary school teacher also and he was the first teacher in that area जहाँ पे education पहुँचना भी बहुत दूर की बात थी. He was working at that age where salary was only 3 rupees a month. So you can believe it. So he made sure that I got the practical education. Like if he used to teach me a chapter on how hospitals or post offices were, he used to take me to the post office. मैंने वहाँ जाके खुद देखा कि post office में चीज़ें काम कैसे करती है. So I give due credits to him for that, for making me interact with the real world at a very early age. Since I just migrated from a vernacular medium to the English medium, I could not speak properly in English. So the teacher called up my parents asking them, you need to make sure that your child knows how to speak in English and or else she cannot compete. I felt very dejected. उस दिन घर वापस आई बहुत ही ज़्यादा मायूस थी. But my parents ensured that I should not give up here. तो चीज़ें ठीक चलती गई. 10th में also I had a very good grade, like I got the 10 CGPA that was required at that time. But उस time उसके बाद I was at the crossroads whether to choose arts or science, and under tremendous pressure I took up science, which I was never interested in because my heart was at the core of getting into civil services and I wanted to prepare as early as possible. So I took up science. I ended also in a good score, but after that I made up my mind, no more engineering, no more medicals. I will follow the subject I want to do. I developed later an interest in public speaking, giving debates, and I went on to that level that I got a university award for the best declamator. So that was the point of being called a unworthy student to finally getting the highest mark in the 12th board in the English subject. So after passing out of school, I was still in my teenage. So I came to Delhi at the age of 17. So it was completely a cultural shock for me, but it opened me up. So the moment I came to Delhi, there was a perception among my relatives, the usual one, that Delhi जाके बच्चे बिगड़ जाते हैं. So there were people were talking, ये क्या ही कर लेंगे, ग्रेजुएशन करके वापस आना ही है. But thankfully my parents asked them not to invest more energy there, rather keep studying. So that worked, and I emerged as a college topper here also. So it gave me a confidence, and that made me sit for the Delhi School of Economics entrance exams. I cleared it with a rank 5 and I got to the most prestigious institution. In fact, it is a dream college for many of the students here. It is considered to be one of the most elite institutions of India, and at the same time I got a first-hand experience of the political setup there. I became the General Secretary of the Students' Union. So that helped my introverted self to open up. Since my mother was a teacher and my father was also a government servant, so वो लोग policy making के end results में थे, like they were on the recipient side. So वो अपना feedback देते थे, यार ऐसा नहीं ऐसा होना चाहिए था, so that people could benefit more. So that was the atmosphere every day at home. We had discussions, and thankfully our home was a place where opinions were respected. So I had an opportunity of discussions and deliberations. So I got influenced towards being the policy making part. So and civil services, that provides you the way to be working with the government and make policies that would benefit the people at large. So that's how my story and my thing of preparing for the civil services started, and I wholeheartedly took up the preparation. So I was in the final year of my post-graduation. It was due in July 2019. So I thought of taking a year drop and wholeheartedly give one attempt at least. And I started preparing in 2019 October onwards. But sadly, in the month of January 2020, I lost my mother due to cardiac arrest. And things just turned very upside down because she was my pillar of strength. I didn't know how life goes on without her. And she was like the steering wheel of my life. So my life just lost balance. Initial months were difficult, but my father made me understand that this is life and it goes on. You cannot be holding the same grief every time. But that went on and I slowly started studying. That wasn't happening at a full pace. पढ़ाई हो नहीं पाती है because our brain does not works the way you want. तो बड़े सारे चीज़ों के बाद I thought no, I'll give a serious attempt. Current affairs is a vast area. It's like an ocean of information. You just don't know how to filter out. So I thought I'll enroll myself in the current affairs course of Forum IAS. So I enrolled in there and I was an online student since I was preparing from my home. So it was the most convenient mode. Since I was a student of sociology, my first hurdle of choosing an optional was very clear. I thought of taking sociology and I used my own notes that I made during my graduation and post-graduation and wrote multiple previous year question answers from there. And for the GS papers, I made a static part and current affairs part. The static part, I used to revise from my own notes. First I read a book, then I understood the concepts and then made my own notes. Later, I topped it up with the current affairs that was provided by Sir. So that went on, and I used to do my mains revision till 3 months prior to the prelims exam. Since these days the prelims is getting tougher, I decide to give it a more time. The everyday stress is so much that you wake up and the first thought you give is like, I quit. But this exam is a marathon. It's not a 100-meter sprint, but it's a marathon and it might last for years together. So I had the same setbacks every day, but for my motivation, I looked around for experiences. Like thankfully, I know people who are serving in the armed forces. I have friends over there, and also we read in newspapers soldiers losing their life. So you draw your motivation right from there because the only work you have to do is study and be hardworking. And there are people at the extreme adversities, extreme climate fighting for our nation. So I just drew my mental strength from there. And yes, I did have setbacks, but I took some days break. But when I was back, I was right back at my study table. I don't know, I had certain sense of optimism. I felt the prelims was the biggest challenge for me in this entire civil services cycle. But I was confident once I get to clear the prelims, I will clear the mains and interviews simultaneously. So once the results were out, I called up my father. I still remember the day. It's a moment that is going to stay with me for a lifetime. It was raining heavily. He could not hear anything. I just said it's rank 36. He didn't believe it. He's like, "Sachi mein rank aayi hai?" I was like, "Haan." So I told him 36. He told everyone 38. One thing my mother that she continuously told me, believe. If you believe you can, you definitely can. If you believe you won't, you certainly won't. So belief is the ignition key that lets you off the launching pad. She repeatedly told me this. I believed in myself, and that's why I feel I am here. And you need to believe in yourself, no matter what the society says, what the friends says, what everyone else says. You need to believe, you need to work hard, and you will be there.